school teacher called Mrs. Smith, asking her pupils who they want to become or what they want to become. Is it who they want to become or what they want to become? That's a rhetorical question. One says, I want to become a pilot. Another says, I want to become a fireman. But little Johnny wants to become a psychoanalyst. The teacher, puzzled by the unusual choice. Why so, little Johnny? He says, it looks like I'll have plenty of business. Now, for instance, Mrs. Smith, can you answer the question? 3 women are walking in the street, eating ice cream. The first woman is biting it. The second woman is sucking on it. The third is licking it. Whom of them do you think is married? Mrs. Smith, blushing and embarrassed. The one licking the ice cream, of course. No, Mrs. Smith, the one with the wedding ring. All those entendres, you might say. Well, okay, not quite, but then again, a little more straightforward than the rolling hills of West Virginia. Oh, the nearest place to heaven that I know, the rolling hills of West Virginia. Though the times are sad and dreary, and I cannot linger there, they will keep me, but never let me go. You know, Daddy said, don't ever be a miner. A miner's grave is all you'll know. Never be a dime to spare. Hard times everywhere. These times, they are the worst I've ever known. But the green home of West Virginia is the nearest place, dare I roam. Though times be sad and dreary, and I cannot linger there, they will keep me there forever. I'll move away, no doubt, to some big apple or city, east or west, or a northern factory, where you find me on an assembly line, wasting my life, doing some thingamajig, some little thing, a whatchamacallit, or some act of something to be destroyed later on. For in this troubled life, of which I cannot bear, but the green rolling home of West Virginia, the nearest place to heaven that I ever knew, though times are sad and dreary there, of which I could not linger, they will keep me in my heart and mind, and for there I'll ever go. The dreary grave of miners in West Virginia is a place I ran from, and here I am on an assembly line, stuck in a factory. Who threw the wrench in the assembly line? Hey, Mr. Boss Man, I'm raising my hand. I need to use the laboratory, or is that lavatory? May your day be happy and bright. I've been thinking about foods this morning, and cholesterol, and fatty livers, and such. I eat a lot of eggs, between 4 and 8 a day. I don't think they stimulate the insulin, and, well, they're great protein, and I do better on glucose. But then again, too much protein can cause the body to produce its own types of sugar. Eggs trigger glycogen, which helps burn my fat, and eggs are loaded with lysine, which helps break down fat in my liver. Eggs are loaded with choline, which is a fat dissolver for my, yes, you guessed it, my liver. Now, I ain't talking about no farm-raised salmon. I'm talking about salmon from the ocean. Although I don't want it from the Pacific anymore because of the leaking Fukushima and all that radiation, but I love salmon. High in omega-3 fatty acids, reducing insulin and cortisol, which reminds me not to drink my coffee before an hour and a half or 2 hours in the morning because it raises cortisol. Salmon doesn't have any carbs, but what are you gonna do? Now, sauerkraut helps fight inflammation, and it restores my microbiome. And cod liver oil, or cod liver, which comes in one of those little tiny cans. We are what we eat. It's funny how somebody probably paid to reverse that food triangle upside down. I can't for the life of me figure out why they would have put all the carbohydrates at the top when it should have been healthy proteins, but not too much protein. Moderation in every part of life. Let's get on with the shoe, do. Nifty 91.50 WRPI Troy, your upstate underground. Enjoy.